Welcome back to the island of Kauai. Just kidding. We're in your local movie theater parking lot. I'm Mara.
And I'm Gio.
And we are fresh out the film.
Fresh out the film, we sure are. Kauai? Is that how you say it?
I looked it up.
Dang, I thought it was Kauai.
Kauai.
It's interesting.
That's what it says on Google.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Right there.
Good pronunciation. I respect you for looking that up.
Well, I'm probably gonna mispronounce other things.
Was that the island that we went to? No, we went to Maui?
Yeah.
Right?
I think so.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we should have, but our trip to Hawaii was so long ago. We have not carried over any of that knowledge or culture to this episode, unfortunately.
No.
It's too bad. It's too bad.
It's a shame. It's really a shame. As far as theater goes, it was an 11:30 showing on a Tuesday, and the theater was packed.
It was crazy. I mean, I was very surprised before I realized schools have let out. It's now summertime.
Right.
Oh, because of that, and because I haven't thought of a better name, welcome to a fresh out the film summer.
Woo!
Here we go. It is summertime out here in your local movie theater parking lot, and we have a huge lineup coming.
I mean, it's technically not summer yet.
Well, it's a fresh out the film summer. We start early over here.
We got a crazy lineup coming up.
It's going to be pretty much weekly episodes coming out here, at least in the months of June and July. So it's going to be intense. We're going to have our best movie watching eyes activated at all times.
Yes.
And deliver you guys, all three of our listeners, some great content this summer.
Yeah, we really need to get some more listeners so we can pay for all these movie theater tickets.
Yeah, we would very much appreciate. Once we cross over that threshold, though, if we're not paying for movies, that's when we're seeing like 2 movies a week.
But for today, I was able to use all of the points I've accumulated for free movie tickets.
Nice.
Yay, you still bought me popcorn.
That's fine. That's
Sorry, I can Venmo you for that.
Well, we'll deal with that after the episode. And there's our little product placement there for the Metrolux deals or whatever.
Yes.
That's like you have an account or something?
Yup. Just an account, and I had accumulated $20, and now I have $4 of credit left.
Not bad. How many do you get like per showing?
I don't know. It's very, like, the app isn't great, to be honest. It's a little bit confusing. But I have like 300 points, like over 300, and somehow that goes to $4. I don't know exactly how many points I get for each tickets we buy. I don't know anything.
Nice. You know when the points are enough to buy us tickets like today.
Which is wonderful.
It's perfect. So
great. All right. You stopped talking as soon as I took a sip of my water.
Great timing. We're on our game today.
All right. Ready to jump in?
I'm ready to jump in.
All right. If you didn't see the title of this episode, or you don't know already by what we've said, we watched Lilo and Stitch today, the live-action remake of the classic film. I should have written down what year it was made in, but I did not do that. Any idea?
97. That's going to be my guess right now. Look it up while you continue.
Okay. It was directed by Dean Fleischer Camp. I couldn't have said that worse. Probably messed up the first last name. The budget was estimated to be around $100 million, and over opening weekend, it has made over $300 million.
What?
Yeah.
I would not have guessed that.
Well, I mean, kids' movies always do
over
good.
300 though. I forget what Snow White did, but that was nothing close, man.
Yeah.
Snow White was a flop in its opening weekend. This is doing real Disney money here. Yeah,
so Snow White, opening day was 16 million, and then when we did the episode, it was around 43 million. So definitely way, way better.
100%. Yeah, the original Lilo and Stitch came out in 2002.
Oh.
June of 2002.
2002. All right. It's back in 2025. The reviews are a 3.2 out of 5 on Letterboxd, a 7.1 out of 10 on IMDb, and a 68% for the critic reviews on Rotten Tomatoes.
Not bad.
Not bad at
Not
all.
bad. Yeah, I really have to put on my reviewing hat for this movie because I was just like, I was so into it. You know, I was not watching this movie at all with like the, you know, I don't know, the glasses that you have to wear when you're really trying to break down a movie and figure out if it's good or not. I was just kind of enjoying it, you know? So this is going to be, I'm going to have to tap into that side of my brain here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you had something to add?
Oh, yeah, just a little something. Basically, originally, this movie was going to be straight to streaming on Disney Plus, but with the strong reception from test screenings provided by Walt Disney, they decided to give a theatrical release, which is really smart. I can't believe they were going to go direct to Disney Plus on this. I think maybe they were just thinking live action train was running out, you know?
Yeah, and since it's making me wonder because this movie is doing like so good.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know I just heard they like canceled their pre-production state of the live action Tangled after Snow White did so bad. So that's interesting.
That is interesting.
I wonder if this movie is going to have them make more live actions because after Snow White, I'm like, oh, it's running out. They're gonna be done. But this one was surprisingly very good.
Right. I think they. I don't think necessarily even with Snow White, like even if this one flopped, I don't think they were gonna move fully away from the live actions just because we still have Moana coming out in 2026, I believe. You know, so like, which I didn't hear is canceled at all. Like they were filming for that when Moana 2 was coming out.
Which that's crazy.
Moana.
Like, that movie is not that old. Like we do not need a live action. Like let me go in a little bit of what I do like about Disney live action movies before we jump into everything because I think it's important. I think a lot of obviously the older movies age pretty badly based on just the content of what is in there, whether it's age gaps, the weird gender role, whatever it may be. And so I like when they do live action movies to kind of fix those mistakes so kids can watch these like classic tales without all of like the fucked up shit in them.
100%.
I'm sorry, I should work on not swearing as much.
I mean, no, I think you're totally right.
The messed up stuff in
it. There are themes in a lot of Disney movies that especially if you're not watching it with your child, you know, and just kind of letting them go do their thing, that it could be instilling some of the wrong lessons. Now, we grew up on those movies, so I'm not going to say that they all are instilling bad lessons or anything like that. But there are aspects of the movies that nowadays, as we've advanced as a society, can be easily corrected. And it's cool that, the kid can still go watch Lilo and Stitch and not have... Was there anything bad in Lilo and Stitch? Oh, I guess, like, like a couple of things with Stitch, the way that he was acting. Like, I remember, I just watched it last week, and there's a scene with him putting his arm in a blender and getting whipped around in the blender and stuff. I think there was like a deleted scene or something with him going in a dryer too, or somebody going in a dryer. So stuff like that.
No,
I
Lilo hides in a dryer, doesn't she?
She doesn't actually. It was never, at least never for us. I should have looked this up, but I'm pretty sure it might have initially got released in America like that. But the version that we saw on DVD and stuff by the time we were watching it, it wouldn't have been because in the UK initially they already had to redo that scene and have somebody the side of the dryer is all it was. She was like hiding clothes by the side of the dryer, and then it became corrected in America pretty soon after that.
Wait. What?
It's kind of one of those Mandela effects. Like you go back and watch the scene, the washer dryer's right there, and then she's just in the clothes next to it, and it's just
That's so weird.
Yeah, it is.
I never
really
thought about that.
It's definitely a Mandela, but you can still go watch the original. I'm sure they have the clip somewhere of the original clip. But yeah, I think live action in general is a good opportunity to retell a story with more sound themes that fit into our times.
But why do we need to do that with Moana? That's my question.
I don't know. Especially like Moana 2 just came out. It's going to be another year of Moana next year. They're just trying to capitalize, this princess hit. I will say, I feel like I work in a toy shop, and so we have very few like princess items, but when we do get in, then it's always Moana. always Moana, and then it's normally Cinderella beating the Beast and Belle, Belle, and so you could tell Moana's resonated with kids on another level, so that's why they're doing it, just trying to grab some more money.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah, it is. It'll be interesting to see, if we do see it.
Yeah, that'll be something for sure.
100%.
All right, you ready to jump into the story?
Yeah, I'm ready to move right into the story, I guess, as long as I have good signal here. So, yeah, let's begin.
Yeah, let's jump right in.
So first we get the Disney credits, obviously. Little Tinkerbell going around the river and then going up to the castle, and I just love watching it every time.
I know, it made me like so sad. Our parents right now are in Disney World.
Yep.
And I'm so jealous. Like, I'm so jealous and upset about it. So just watching that, I'm like, fuck, they're there right now. God.
That's unfortunate. Yes, good for them getting to be out in Florida right now while we're still back here, slaving away, watching movies.
Such hard work we do.
Totally. But the film opens in outer space where a meeting of the Galactic Council is held. The Grand Councilwoman has brought mad scientist Jumba Jookiba into custody for the creation of numerous dangerous experiments, but the latest one, Experiment 628, 626,
626.
I apologize, has proven to be the biggest threat in the galaxy. Yeah, it was interesting because this whole like I was just kind of processing because I was like, all right, live action Lilo and Stitch, and then it's purely CGI for like 10 minutes, you know. So I was just watching. I'm like, this is fully, it's animation. What else could? Yeah, it's animation,
right?
So it was a little weird. That thought definitely popped into my head.
Yeah, for sure.
But Jumba brags about how 626 is indestructible and powerful. And after seeing that 626 is simply a naughty and destructive creature, the Grand Councilwoman has both him and Jumba imprisoned, which is unfortunate. I kind of got Senate from Star Wars vibes on Coruscant.
Yeah, for sure.
Like
I can see that.
I almost felt like they were going for that. I don't remember how it looked in the original specifically. Like, I just remember some of the colors being different. Maybe it was similar, but there's like the little pods, you know, that come out from the walls in the Galactic Senate. So it's the same type of thing. But Stitch is held captive, and he manages to quickly break free by spitting on one of the... I was worried about this movie. Obviously, that's how it starts in the... Or how Stitch begins in the original one, but...
Right.
I just thought I was going to see a lot of spit. A lot more spit and fart jokes, and it wasn't over the top, which is nice.
Anytime it was, it grossed me out, though.
Yeah, it was, Stitch was... I mean, he's a gross dude.
I get that's his vibe.
Yeah.
For sure.
But after being held captive, he quickly breaks free and hops on a cruiser to escape into space. The other aliens track his trajectory and see that he's heading towards Earth, is what they call it.
Really?
Yeah, you don't remember?
They did not. Don't they say Earth?
No. Well, by the end of it, they get it right. Oh. But at first, they go Earth.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry, did not remember that.
Well, it was a great joke for me. The other aliens, they tracked him to Earth, and the Grand Councilwoman nearly allows the aliens to destroy the planet. She's just like, all right, well, let's vaporize the planet. And there's this one little, like, wait, how do you say it? Ocelotl-looking dude. You know, like that little pink alien who's on the spaceship?
Oh.
Looks like an axolotl?
I don't know what that is.
Axolotl. It's like those little pink... Yeah, it doesn't matter. If you guys know what an axolotl is, it looks like a little axolotl. And she's, like, just kind of a bit part who's, like, just ready to blow up the planet every second.
Yeah.
Very second. Yep, I'll vaporize the planet for you. It's just fantastic. Yeah, but instead of destroying the planet, Pleakley comes out, luckily, and tells them not to do so. This is our introduction to Pleakley. They're currently working on rebuilding the mosquito population. So kind of like, literally saying that the entire food chain, the way Earth is purely to get more mosquitoes.
And the only reason they can't vaporize the planet.
Yep, that's it. The mosquito population. So the Grand Councilwoman orders Jumba to go to Earth and retrieve 626, the guy who made him, with Pleakley's supervision. Pleakley is very excited for this. He's been studying Earth for a long time, so he's hyped to go. And I was trying to place who the voice was at that point, because I hadn't looked at the voices for him, and I still couldn't tell. Yeah.
I had seen it, so I knew.
Do you want to wait for it to reveal or talk about that?
We could wait for the reveal.
Okay. In Hawaii, we meet Lilo, who feeds a sandwich to Pudge the fish before running to her hula class.
Okay, I have a few things to say about this opening scene. First of all, it's like how the camera is moving is like going into the water and deep into the water, and you're seeing all the fish and you're seeing Lilo. Stressed me out.
What?
I hate shots like that. Like it. Okay, something about me, the ocean kind of scares me. I can be outside of it, but any, like, in the water, deep in the water, terrifies me. So I was getting a little bit stressed out.
What are you scared of in the ocean? Sharks?
I mean everything, kind of.
Yeah, the fact that we've only uncovered, like, 10% of it or whatever?
Yeah, who knows what could be down there?
That's absolutely true. I'm scared of the ocean, too. I was not scared in that shot.
It just, it gave me flashbacks to the live-action Little Mermaid.
Oh.
Where the camera's going down, and it's going way deeper into the ocean. Literally wanted to walk out of the theater. So scary, so terrifying. So I think that was just giving me those flashbacks, because it wasn't that bad. Like, whatever, it's like a 6-year-old swimming around fine. But I was very stressed.
There's nice, like, music going on at the same time. Like,
little stress. Okay, other thing. How... I get it's like a silly joke. She's like feeding a sandwich, a fish a sandwich, right? Which like funny, but like how is it not like what's the like disintegrating underwater? Like the bread looks so like the sandwich was so intact when she set it down.
That's a good point. I mean, yeah, that sandwich it looked appetizing even after being waterlogged for that.
Right.
I honestly don't know what the heck was going on with the sandwich there. It was I remember seeing, I'm trying to look it up real fast, but I remember seeing this thing about Lilo with the sandwich and how for her parents, like it somehow correlates to her parents' death is the reason why she's doing the sandwich thing, or at least the theory is. So let me see here. So basically, Lilo feeds Pudge the fish sandwiches because she believes that he controls the water, which comes back in a little while longer, like with the weather. Sorry, not the water, the weather.
Right.
Because she's like, he controls the weather, and all the girls kind of laugh at him. And like, you don't, in the movie, watching it when I did last week, the animated movie, you don't really pick up on that. You're just like, oh, okay, Lilo's kind of an odd girl. But apparently, the fan thing is that Lilo's parents died in a car accident due to treacherous rain. So, basically, she feeds Pudge the sandwich to control the weather to prevent future bad weather, hoping it'll prevent anyone else from suffering the same loss that she experienced.
Huh. What an interesting theory.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, it seems very well, I guess it is just a fan theory, but I think that's the only thing that makes sense, really, you know?
Yeah.
For the whole weather thing, like, if you want to, maybe they were going to go further with Lilo's parents in the original, and they didn't, but kept that in, but it makes the thing a lot sadder, you know? And it makes it sad when she's getting bullied in a second, too, you know?
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty.
This is such a minor point. I did not have to bring up either of those things. It's literally the beginning of the movie.
No, it's fair. I kind of wanted...
something I was thinking about.
I'm glad you mentioned the sandwich, because I wanted to say the sandwich thing. I didn't know what it was exactly. I thought I had it in my head, so I had to look it up real fast, but it's interesting. It's for parents.
Yeah. Very interesting.
Basically, yeah, she feeds that fish before she runs to her hula class. Her older sister, Nani, is her guardian, who is struggling to maintain a stable job and support them both. Lilo at the hula class is made fun of by the other girls in class, including Myrtle Edmonds is her name, apparently. First and last.
Yikes.
Yeah, come on, Myrtle. It's just like really small stuff where they're just, she's weird, and it was kind of sad.
I wanted to like,
Yeah.
no.
Lilo brought a friendship bracelet, and she was like, "Look, I have a friendship bracelet too." And
She's like, you have to have friends to have a friendship bracelet.
brutal.
Oh,
man.
what a bitch.
Just brutal. But yeah, she gets made fun of, and Nani fails to show up for the recital. After that, her chair sits empty. It's because her car was broke down, so it's not really her fault. But Lilo's not gonna understand that, so it doesn't matter.
Right.
Myrtle also pushed Lilo on stage a little bit during the recital, so Lilo decides to push her off the stage.
Okay, wait, I have something to say about this too. She literally like bumps her and she falls to the ground, and then Lilo gets up, pushes her off the stage, and people are like, oh, where was that reaction when she just knocked Lilo the fuck down? What are we doing here? What? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm getting a little angry already, but I was so pissed off. It's like, she so clearly just like bumped her to the ground, and no one gave a fuck, and then she pushes her off the stage, and everyone's like, oh my god, she's such a terrible kid. What the fuck?
It's true. I mean, I think Myrtle did it. She made it look enough like an accident for it to work, because she kept dancing while she was doing it, and then Lilo just gave zero fucks and fully stopped her dance.
And then that dumbass is sorry, I know it's a little girl, but she's awful. It's just like standing with her parents as her parents are like talking to like the hula instructor guy, and he's just like, this is not a good, like, they're being so awful, and it's like, did you not see your daughter just fucking do that to her? Like, I was so pissed off. It was so annoying.
Well, I'm glad you're relating to Lilo already. I was really happy with how they did this.
I would have done worse than push her off the stage.
Well, in the original, I was not siding with Lilo too much, because she basically was, she gets like a small, she says the sandwich thing, like, oh, I just fed a fish a sandwich, and then all the girls, like in the original, they're just like, that's weird. Which it is. It's like, yeah, but
it is a little strange.
And then shortly after that, Lilo just bites the main girl.
Right.
And then it's like basically later Lilo also steals her bike, or Stitch does, and we're supposed to be like, yes, Lilo, and I'm like, that girl didn't do much, honestly.
Oh yeah, I'm glad they added her being so much more of a bitch in this, because
they 100% did.
She was awful, and you are definitely on Lilo's side.
No doubt. Also, the little girl who plays Lilo is just so cute. She is just so, oh my god, she's just tiny and just. Oh, I wonder how old she is in real life. I've got a little bit more about her in Geo's Hidden Gems as well. But yeah, so Lilo gets kicked out of the class for pushing. And back at home, Lilo locks Nani out of the house out of spite for missing the recital. This makes matters much more complicated with the arrival of the social worker named Mrs. Kikoa, I believe. Nani tries to get Lilo to pretend. They eventually get in the house with the social worker, and Nani's just trying to get Lilo to pretend that everything's good. And Lilo was not doing well with the act, talking about jumping out of windows and stuff, until they took it like right from the original, which is Nani behind the social worker's back, just doing hand motions for Lilo to talk about. And it was good. In the original, I remember that like they do when Lilo starts messing up, Lilo's like, and she disciplines me. She disciplines me 5 times a day, sometimes more, and stuff like. And this one they did it with food. It was like, and she feeds me. She feeds me 5 times a day, sometimes till I can't breathe. It was just, it was funny. It was
funny.
Mrs. Kikoa was a new character in this one as well, which. It was just to explain Bubbles as a CIA agent making more sense. It's like he wasn't planted as a social worker initially. Right. He was just doing his alien work and then came to be the social worker, which makes a lot more sense. Honestly.
Absolutely.
So I kind of like that, although Miss Kikoa was kind of pointless after this first scene.
But, yeah. But, like, needed for it to all make sense.
Yes. So, yeah, Miss Kikoa has Nani come up with some goals to improve things. The 3 goals are... health insurance is the one that I very much remember. Cleanliness, and what was the third?
Stocked fridge.
Stocked fridge.
Yeah.
That's it. You can pull that off.
Which I do find that like a little bit, not like funny, but like for it to be like a clean. No, never mind. I'm not gonna go into this.
Oh no.
But just in terms of what I've heard from so many different people that I'm friends with who've dealt with, like, child protective services and all of that, it's like, if it's a clean house, they do not give a fuck about anything else. Like, they do not, they're like, oh, it's a clean house, everything must be going great and well in here.
Oh boy.
So I think that was like, come on, that's so... It was so stupid to me. But that's not really important to the plot of the story.
No, they didn't overcomplicate it too much, which was nice. I thought they were going to make a bigger deal out of those 3 things. They never really addressed the cleaning or the stocked fridge.
Yeah.
You know? But they did address the insurance. I thought there was like a big sheet of paper too that had more things on it, which
Oh,
so I
it was
glad
also
they like hinted.
it was also her to she needed to pay all of her bills was the other
Oh
thing.
yes, pay all the bills, yes.
I think it was like, yeah, those were the 4 things, I guess.
4. So, yeah, they have the goals, and the social worker leaves, and immediately Nani and Lilo start fighting, and it was a pretty. It was not a great fight, to be honest. I mean, they were just yelling at each other back and forth, and Nani was saying a lot of bad stuff. There's this kind of funny moment where Nani was like, "Lilo, go to your room," and she got right from the original game. "I'm already in my room," and it slams the door. It was just that their relationship was probably my favorite aspect of this movie. So early on, I already could tell they were doing it very well. They seemed like real sisters. Like their chemistry was great.
Absolutely.
And so Nani goes outside and meets with her neighbor. Tutu is the neighbor's name.
Oh, really?
This is like a grandmother figure to her and Lilo, and she ends up being a huge character. She's another new character, and I was not sure why she was in there until the very end, which we will get to if all goes to plan. Tutu knows of her sister's problems and encourages Nani to pursue an education in marine biology, like she always wanted. But Nani feels that she needs to be there for Lilo. Tutu's grandson, didn't realize that makes more sense, a surfer named David, has a crush on Nani, but is hilariously awkward around. He was great, man. Just perfect for playing that role of, like, interested in somebody but is terrible at talking. Just, you know, like, what did he say? Yeah, we should go surfing sometime. I would love to shred you. Oh, no, I would love to shred with you. You know, like that. It's just the classic. I feel like I've seen that same scene, like, 100 times in my life.
Absolutely.
That same type of joke delivery, too.
Yes.
Like, literally 100 times.
And it gets me every time. I think it's hilarious.
It's great. We were both cracking up. Later that night, Nani makes Lilo something to eat, and they reconcile, which is a very nice moment of the 2 sisters coming together.
Yeah, but it's bad food. She spits it out.
Yeah, the food it looked great. She was like, "I made these sliders you love," and then Lilo hated it. It looked like little White Castles, right?
Yeah, well, we couldn't see much of it.
I was invested in that movie, man. I was hungry. I hadn't gotten enough of my popcorn down yet, so
I know. I'd kind of go for one of those right now. I'm kind of hungry.
Me too. I guess we're on a vehicle. If we ever get too hungry mid-episode,
I just drive to a drive.
Hand you the story. Who knows? That circus over there might have food.
Yeah, there is. I feel like we should make a note of this.
Yeah.
In this movie theater parking lot that we were sitting in, there's a circus.
Yeah. We've got it all over here.
Don't know why that's happening. It's also sort of raining right now, so feel bad for those circus workers.
True. Well, that's why they got the big top, right?
Yeah.
Keeps you out of the rain.
I guess so.
Yeah, so we will be doing a specialized circus episode for Fresh Out the Film right after this. No, we won't. No, we won't.
Fresh Out of Film in the circus.
Yes. Fresh Out of Film at the circus. That's money. Dude, maybe one day. We can get into way more performance arts, you know? It used to be Fresh Out the Film, now it's Fresh Out the Theater, Fresh Out the Circus.
Oh, that'd be fun that we just, like, review, like, shows.
That'd be dope. We need a better name. Like, is there any F word that fits theater?
No.
Think on that. I'll continue the story. Yeah, so they have a nice little reconciliation. This was the first moment that I was tearing up, is just their relationship together. It's just so lovely. And like I said, the chemistry between the two. You really believe they're sisters in a tough situation.
Yeah.
You know?
And both really great actors, I would say.
Yeah, they are.
They both did a great job.
100%. Then there's a bit of a shooting star. Lilo looks up and she sees that shooting star, but actually this is just 626, his ship crash landing. But Lilo pushes Nani out of the room and then makes a wish to have a real friend.
Just so sad.
So sad. And Nani's peeking into the door watching that, which she's probably even sadder.
Awful.
Meanwhile, as this very nice moment is going, Stitch has crash landed. His name is 626 still, article. 626 has crash landed and comes across a wedding party. Causes a lot of commotion running through the place for some cake. And it's honestly a pretty cool scene. It was, what's that song? Don't believe me, just watch. It
was
Uptown Funk, right?
Okay, I have a few notes about this scene that I thought.
Okay.
First of all, the song that is playing is Uptown Funk. Okay,
Yeah.
Keep that in mind. And during like the pause in that song, they're about to do like a dirty dancing type lift. And why are we doing that during Uptown Funk? That was so funny to me.
That's a good point. I'm having this big moment. Like, they rehearsed that, like, the night before, too. Like, all right, then Uptown Funk's gonna play, and we're gonna do
this lift. It's gonna be great. Another thing
so funny
about that scene is as Stitch is, like, messing everything up.
Yeah.
And just, like, being his crazy... Or, sorry, 626.
Yeah, we'll try
has not been named yet. They keep showing someone trying to, like, take him down or whatever with a broom.
Oh, yeah.
Why is there a broom at a wedding reception?
Not like a nice broom either. It's just, like, one with, like, all the thistles, It's not, like, a very nice... Yeah.
Like, do we just have that for, like, easy cleanup? Like, why?
I don't know.
Why is it so, like, accessible? Why do we immediately go to the broom? Like...
Is that some type of, like, wedding tradition where you, like, sweep the floor for the bride to walk on the dance floor or something? Like, I don't know.
I guess.
Maybe.
That, I think, is the most logical explanation.
Yeah, Hawaiian wedding tradition. That's what we'll draw it up as.
Yeah, that was a little. Those are really two things during that scene that were making me laugh. Cause like, what's going on?
Honestly, it was a cool scene because it was really fast. I noticed this whole movie, there was like not a shot that was over like 6 seconds unless it was really intentional.
Mm-hmm.
Like they cut so fast, and this scene was one of the best examples of that because there's just every single second is just a few frames of Stitch, another few frames of Stitch, another few, and they kept putting in these pictures of the moment too, like the wedding photographers taking pictures. It was a cool scene. Like it would have been fun in the editing room. I have a feeling.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fun or really annoying to put together. One of the two.
Yes.
But yeah, he finally gets his cake, and he ends up getting hit by a tour bus with this really interesting slow-mo shot as he gets hit by the bus underneath. It was very unnecessary. How much money did that shot cost? CGI Stitch rolling into the...
It was, a
lot.
Strange.
But while he's being taken to the dog pound, Jumba and Pleakley arrive in Hawaii and adopt human disguises based off of two men they run into. They just have some technology of human cloning technology. This was genius. I'm not going to lie. If you're not going to do the distractions, this was genius. I will say... why they did it, I don't 100%. I guess, okay, maybe it's not genius. Basically, they wanted to spend less money on CGI, right? And they also wanted to get the actual actors for Pleakley and Jumba. And one was Zach Galifianakis, the other was...
I don't know his name.
You don't know his name?
I know who he is, though.
The prince from... Oh, God, what even prince name is he?
He's just Rapunzel's prince.
Yeah,
I don't think he has a name.
He's Rapunzel's prince in Into the Woods, and we love him. I mean, we love Into the Woods, and I will die on a hill for Into the Woods. I don't care.
Me too. People hate it.
Yeah, and one day I will defend that movie on my channel 100%.
It's so good.
It's amazing. And yeah, so I was very happy to see this guy's face.
Yes.
I really should know his name, but that's all right. So the other thing, I thought the reason that they did the Secret Disguises was like, okay, they're not gonna do like this stupid like having aliens walk around in an animated movie and nobody notice them. Doesn't work as well in live action.
Right.
Like, it just looks so much more different. You know,
Yeah.
I don't think you could take it. So I thought they were going to do that and then possibly also be a lot smarter with what they did with Stitch, you know, because Stitch is also an alien walking around. But they did not do anything with Stitch to make him more like a dog or hide him from people or anything. Everybody just treats Stitch like he's fairly normal. Like, they're like, oh, that's a kind of a weird looking dog. Like, it's a dog that just has a weird marking or something. This looks like an alien more than it does a dog. Still, even with his like little ears down. So it was kind of a weird, inconsistent thing that they did. But I like to bring the actual actors' faces.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I thought that was good for sure. Like, it makes sense. Like, they just don't want to CGI for the entire movie.
Yes.
But I liked it nonetheless.
100%. Yeah, the Jumba and Pleakley check into a hotel to hide out, where Jumba messes with the portal gun and briefly exposes himself and Pleakley to a local. They have this in here as the big guy who always drops his icy treat. This guy comes up as a bit part a couple times. It's just this really big dude that sees aliens and he just drops his icy treat. Like, what?
It did just, like, make me laugh so much. Because, like, I know it's a movie. Like, I know this guy isn't real. He doesn't have, like, a real fit. Like, all of them. Like, it's just so funny to be thinking about, like, a subplot of this guy going home and being like, you will not believe what I saw, and no one believing him.
That'd be great. Yeah, and then it happens again later, and he keeps trying to tell people, and he's like, here we go, Johnny with his alien stories again.
I just find that so funny, and it's, like, not even a part of the movie. It's just my own imagination.
That's one thing that Disney has not lost, is their ability to create just, like, tiny, funny bit parts.
Yes.
Like, my favorite characters in so many Disney movies are the bit parts. You know,
absolutely.
It's fantastic. Pleakley and Jumba then find out about a mysterious creature being taken to the shelter. Not the dog pound, the animal shelter. Sorry, that's much nicer.
Yeah, they're in... Well, this, like... is that how they find out in the elevator, right? From, like, the TV talking about... I do think that whole scene, like... There's some more just, like, good comedy bits in there, like, specifically with, Pleakley?
Mm-hmm.
Pleakley.
You can call him Wendy if you want.
Where he's, like, trying to get a hotel room. And she says something like, oh, do you want to get a room with us? And he's like, no, I want a room by myself. And then when they're in the elevator, he, like, sees everyone on their phones, so he has, like, his hand up, like, kind of pretending to have a cell phone, just, like, in the weirdest way ever. It was just so many of those, like, little, just tiny things of, like, oh, aliens here that don't know how to be humans are so funny.
And they casted the perfect humans to play Pleakley and Jumba.
Yes.
Like, I feel it was just so, like, that's exactly the human version of them too.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Hilarious.
The next day, Tudu goes to take Lilo to the animal shelter to visit the dogs, as she enjoys doing.
Mm-hmm.
There, she finds 626, who has hidden his alien features to look closer like a regular four-legged animal, similar to the dogs he encountered. This is a common thing where basically he's just learning, and he looks around and sees all the other dogs, and they don't look like him, so he makes himself look like more like the dogs.
Yeah.
This is also the reason. Well, first he breaks out of his cage, and he's seen by Jumba and Pleakley dodging their tranquilizer darts, and overhears them saying that they will not harm humans. So 626 sees Lilo and a dog poster on the wall with a little kid hugging a dog, pretends to be a dog to protect himself, and just joins Lilo pretty much. Lilo quickly takes a liking to him, and although the dog is very ugly and weird looking, the shelter like just got him in. Tutu just decides to, all right, dog's coming home with us.
Yeah.
Which is what?
I mean, like, she must, like, just feel bad for her. Like, she loves this dog, and she doesn't have any friends. I don't really understand.
It's invasive.
But like, it doesn't make sense in the original movie either.
Well, the original movie, it's just like Nani wants a friend for Lilo because she saw Lilo praying the night before, which is much better for me.
Well, but like with everything going on, like there's no way Nani would want a dog in the house when it's like already a mess, already can't take care of Lilo, and then there's it doesn't make sense either way.
That's a good
point. So I think that's probably why they weren't having Nani be the one to like get the dog, because it's like nothing about her at that moment would show that.
Sorry, our spaceship is firing up. I'm just gonna let the windows down so we don't, because it's getting hot in here with all the condensation.
Yeah. Okay.
Just give us a little breeze.
I lost my train of thought, but yeah, it doesn't make sense that Nani would get a dog.
Yeah, no, you're right, because neither would make sense.
So I think that's probably why they did it, but it still doesn't make sense.
It would have been better if just like, I actually don't know how you rewrite that. They added Tutu. You would need more of a character have like, as they're going to the dog shelter or something, Tutu's finally like, if we find a dog that really likes you, maybe we can get him this time or something. I don't know. It's so hard to do.
Yeah.
It didn't make sense, but it's whatever.
It had to happen, so.
Yeah. Nani, though, is not too pleased with Tutu or Stitch in general when she sees Lilo's new friend, which I do not blame her.
Right.
Then we get CIA agent Cobra Bubbles, the man, the myth, the legend.
Yes.
And his fellow agents come up on a crash site of Stitch's ship. Cobra believes there's some alien nearby, and his suspicions are confirmed when he gets a notification about Lilo adopting Stitch from the animal shelter. Adopting 626 from the animal shelter. I think I'm just going to start calling him Stitch. They name him somewhere in here.
It's soon enough. It's fine.
I think they're driving back from the... Basically, Stitch isn't just like Lilo on a whim anymore. The seat gets cut by Stitch, and Nani's like, I'm gonna have to stitch that up. And Lilo's like, oh, that's his name!
Stitch!
Which is stupider than just her coming up with that in the spot.
No, I think that's... Because I feel like that's how... Like, that's how I named my cat, you know? Like, not that way.
What?
But it was just like, I was listening to this song, and when I had gotten her like 2 days ago, and I was holding her, and I was like, I saw the song name, and I was like, Cinnamon! Yes! Let's call you Cinnamon! And then I called her Cinnamon, and now that's her name. So, like, I think that's like, I don't know. I feel like that's a normal way to, like, come up with a pet's name. It's just, you hear something, and you're like, yes.
I guess.
That fits.
That's fair. It just felt...
It rings off a little bell. You're like, oh, that's your name.
It was one of those... It was like Wicked with the Yellow Brick Road thing, where it's like, what color should we make the yellow bricks? The bricks on the road. And then they start cycling through. Yellow looks good. It feels like that because it's going to be Stitch, and then they do a stupid way to make it Stitch. It's just so premeditated. But it's fun. It's fun. I can see it. I can see why you like it. I don't hate it that much. So, we'll settle there. Lilo takes Stitch around town, basically, and tries to show off to Myrtle and her equally mean friends, but they are unimpressed by it.
I can't believe her name's fucking Myrtle.
It makes sense, right? You hate her so much more now that you know her name's Myrtle. Myrtle. God.
Yikes.
So Stitch responds to all this by taking the girl's car and hotwiring it so he and Lilo can drive off. And when we say the girl's car, okay, because this is like another 6-year-old, it is it's one of those like tiny electric cars, that they use? Not like, a Nissan Leaf or anything. Like it's a plastic little like toddler car that they're riding in pretty much. But it's a nice one. It's a Volkswagen.
Yeah, it's like when if you're our age and you were like younger, like all the rich kids that you knew had those little tiny cars.
You remember having them, right?
No, we had that bike.
We had a 4-wheeler and we had a car at some point.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did.
What
Or our
car?
neighbors had a car then.
Yeah.
That would have been it. Yeah. Yeah, we definitely we had those for a little while. I remember right when I was leaving Michigan when we moved to Colorado. My I had a few friends on the street, and I gave my little 4-wheeler to the younger friend of mine. His name was Eli, I believe.
Oh.
Right, you remember Eli?
Eli, of course.
Yeah. And my other friend, who's a little bit older, closer to my age, Tyler, was really mad at me, like right before I left.
That sounds fitting.
Yeah, because he was like, "Why are you giving the four-wheeler?"
Yeah. Wait, okay, I actually have something to say. You were way better friends with. They were our direct next door neighbor.
Oh,
You
yeah.
and I lived a little bit down the street. Those were our friends. So I understand why he'd be mad about that.
It's because we were like 10. And this thing was, we were growing out of age to be able to use that four-wheeler.
But I remember being on the four-wheel, like with like 3-4 people,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
we fell over into the bush.
You're going like 5 miles an hour, just flying.
But anyway, it's like one of those little plastic electric cars for
It's pink.
kids.
It's great, yeah.
That Stitch hot wires.
He hot wires it. Hot wires it. It goes real fast, and Stitch thinks he's found his escape. He's driving off. He's gonna go find a big city, and he's upset to learn that there's an island. He's on an island, surrounded by water, making it hard for him to get away since his molecular density increases the water.
Right.
Which we didn't know. Well, sorry, I don't know why those words came out of my mouth in that order. I guess obviously we didn't know that we were learning, but
Wait, no, I completely forgot about. Like that makes
Really?
the ending make so much more
What?
sense.
You didn't think? Oh my! See, which you didn't know. I knew there was a reason I said
Well,
that.
they had a joke about that where like the main what is the leader's name of like the
Jumbo?
aliens?
Oh, do you want to call her Palpatine?
She's not as bad as Palpatine.
No, she's not. The Grand Councilwoman.
The Grand Councilwoman like makes a joke of like, oh, density higher. It means he drowns.
Yeah. That is my favorite kids movie trope. Maybe is when you over-explain things that adults could easily understand and then dumb them down, making it a joke for another character, but also explaining what that means to the kid. It's so genius.
It worked for me because I had no idea what that meant. Like, what's she saying?
Molecular density.
I'm sorry, you know what the fuck that means?
Yeah, like your molecules become denser. That would make you heavier.
Oh.
I don't know. Maybe it's just because
I didn't graduate
I
high
just watched the
school.
animated
Can't tell
movie,
you.
Later, Nani takes Lilo and Stitch to her luau job, where David also works. The two end up horsing around the place, but at night, David is... David was one of the fire dancers. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, I knew that because he's a fire dancer in the original.
Yeah, doesn't he set the place on fire in the original?
I think so.
Yeah. Well, it's Stitch's fault still, but... Yeah, David's doing fire dancing. Stitch sees that, gets all excited. He grabs 2 fire batons and accidentally starts a fire. And
Yeah.
along the fire theme, that's what Nanny's boss ends up doing to her. Firing.
Yes.
That's it for Nani in that job. Now we got a real problem with the social worker still breathing down her neck. This is bad.
Yeah. Now she doesn't have a job. That's rough.
Not good. When they get home, Nani is ready to bring Stitch back to the shelter until Lilo reminds her of Ohana, their parents' family motto. Ohana means family. Family means nobody gets left behind or forgotten. They're overheard outside by Cobra, and upstairs, Lilo shows Stitch a photo album of her family, including her and Nani's late parents.
Yes. So cute.
It's a very nice little scene. The relationship between Lilo and Stitch is just, like, amazing from minute 1, too. I like, that's what the fucking movie's called, obviously. they do such a good job of just, like, giving just enough attention to the Lilo and Stitch relationship to not have it overshadow the sister relationship and still care about Stitch.
Yes.
It's impressive.
Absolutely.
I'm spitting so much when I talk. Have you noticed? Like,
I've not noticed that.
it's insane. I don't know what's happening.
Thanks for letting me know.
Splash done. Oh, we're like in universe. It's like we're on the beach. You know, you just get like little bits of the ocean.
Of your spit.
Yeah, well, same thing. Somewhere on the water cycle. In the morning, Nani is ready to take Lilo and Stitch with her to go job hunting. But first, they are visited by Mrs. Kakoa, the social worker, and Cobra Bubbles, as he's also the head of her social worker department. I think he's just posing as that, right?
Yeah.
Earlier, they were like, we're going to have a new head to the social worker department. He probably just stepped in, CIA business.
Right.
Took that job for a second. During the job hunt, Stitch continues to cause problems. The job hunt, I was really excited for.
Oh my god.
Sorry about that. The job hunt, I was very excited for because I loved this scene in the original movie. Because it's just burning love, right? from, oh no, what song is it that's playing from Elvis during the whole job hunt scene?
Is it not Burning Love?
Ooh, 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 I feel my temperature rising. It might be. It's an Elvis song playing. And they do this whole thing in the original where Stitch goes all around. There's so many different jobs, and like Stitch is messing up each one. But at the very end, he gets his full Elvis costume on and gets the beach all hyped up. I really like that.
I know. I was mad that wasn't in there.
They didn't do the Elvis costume until later.
Yeah, but disappointing.
Very.
But also through this time, Lilo's trying to teach Stitch how to be good. And
Yes.
she like draws out this image on the chalkboard with him like filled up like with red to like almost the top of his head, and it's like, this is how bad you are.
That's so
Which
funny.
is funny.
Yeah, the whole way of getting Stitch to be good is just like not breaking glass, but first they let him break. Lilo lets him break like 50 glasses. It's so bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, Stitch is just continuing to cause problems, which that could pretty much sum up the whole movie there.
Yep.
And it makes it difficult for any of these employers to want to hire Nani. When she's feeling let down, David suggests that she gives surf lessons, which she's very good at.
Well, no.
I'm just reading here, Mara, okay?
Wait, no, because I think this is good. Stitch has this, like, he's just fucking around with this flyer. It's, like, all dirty, messed up. It's grabbed out of his head. It's like, look! Surf instructor! Yes!
Yep, Stitch is helping. Look at him go.
Look at him go.
Good old Stitch.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, you're right. I read it and I was like waiting to see if you would say something, and you did. But Nani takes his advice and starts to do lessons on the beach. Literally, I don't know if that's what David was saying, to go do lessons for free, because that's what it looks like. Like we saw no hiring process or anything.
Right.
She's just out there giving lessons.
I
and they're all
just
cheering her on.
assumed this, whatever this company is that needed surf instructors
Right.
hired her. We didn't see it, and then she's out on the water.
Yeah, day of, she's
Yep.
instructing, no training needed. They're just like, yeah, you know how to surf. Go
Yeah,
tell them.
go
tell 'em.
ahead.
We'll pay ya. Yeah, she's good. Even Lilo and Stitch become interested in surfing along with Lilo. Even Stitch becomes interested in surfing along with Lilo and Nani, because everybody's kind of hopping on surfboards, having a good time.
He's previously like terrified of water.
He is, because he knows something about his molecular density, I guess.
Right.
Probably threatened with water at some point.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Jumbo and Pleakley show up on a jet ski as they're all out surfing,
Yeah.
which is just a very funny image, because they're just surfing, having a good time, and it's the song, right? Flying by on a Hawaiian roller coaster
Yes.
ride. And and then the shot just pans slightly, and there's Jumbo and Pleakley, Zach Galifianakis just on a jet ski right up on him, dude. Like,
Crazy.
it was fantastic.
Crazy work.
So Lilo and Stitch get knocked into the water, and a panicked Stitch hops onto Lilo, inadvertently pushing her underwater. Nani and David rescue Lilo, but Stitch feels bad over what happened at the hospital. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Lilo survives. Sorry.
They're both fine.
Yes.
But Leo was like out for a second, coughed up some water, and Nani was like, call an ambulance, please. Like, everyone was just like standing around. Like, I don't know why the trained lifeguards that were standing around her weren't giving her medical attention
They were
or
just
calling
watching.
an ambulance.
Hey, this is a new hire for surfing instructions. Let's let her work with it, okay? Let's see what she's got. But yeah, they go to the hospital, and Lilo ends up being fine. The doctor walks out and is just, like, she asked me to take a ride in the MRI machine, which is really funny because a second later, she's like, all right, well, we'll take your health insurance at the front. And Nani's like, oh, God. And I'm just sitting there thinking about how much more money she would have spent with an MRI scan. Like, for health.
I was thinking of the same thing.
Yes. I was also thinking about, have you seen Arrested Development?
No.
There's this doctor part, and it's a reoccurring character. He's a doctor in Arrested Development. And every time somebody's hurt, he'll just walk out with, like, he'll come out and be, let me try to do one on the spot. All we can say is that he is no longer with us. And the whole family's like, oh no, what the hell happened? he's over in another hospital. We transferred him, and he's doing completely fine. And that's the same joke keeps getting made every time. And it's so, because it just keeps getting played more and more. And like by the end of it, they're just like, we can't fucking trust this guy. Or whatever. It's fantastic. That's all I was thinking. It's a tangent, but that's all I was thinking about there. That's it. Oh, I just lost my place real bad.
I know. So Leo's at the hospital, and the original social worker, what's her name? Miss something?
Yep, Mrs. Kakoa.
Is also there, and when she's asked for like health insurance, it's like, oh fuck, didn't do that.
Yep. And she's like, the state can pay for her.
Yeah.
Essentially. But Lilo, for that to happen, Nani would have to give up guardianship.
Yeah.
But what's Nani gonna do, you know?
Right. Like, needs to
exactly
pay for that.
So she starts stealing drugs. And
exactly.
it's Lilo and Stitch Breaking Bad.
She starts a meth lab.
Yeah. Nani reluctantly agrees, and yeah, it's sad. But
yeah, it's very sad.
After their latest failure, though, we'll go to some more comedy while we're sad. Grand Councilwoman contacts Jumba and Pleakley to let them know that she is relieving them of their duties and is ordering Pleakley to bring Jumba back so he can be taken into custody. Jumba decides to take matters into his own hands and sends Pleakley through a portal into the hotel's storage closet so he can get a Stitch back himself.
Is this a scene where, like, Pleakley's in the bathtub?
Yes, it is.
I thought this was so fun, because it's, like, so much just, like, they're a couple. Because he's in the bathtub, where for some reason the bed is right up against the bathtub. Yeah. And what is it,
Jumba.
Jumba is, like, laying in the bed, and they're having a conversation. And I just found it so funny that they're, like, playing up that relationship, because it was so good in the original.
Dude, I'm glad you're here to see these as gay relationships, because I'd never pick up on this stuff, and it's just like, you point out things like that, and it's like, oh my god, of course they're leaning into that.
I'm so glad they did, because,
yeah.
like, with Disney nowadays, I could have, like, went the other way and been like, these men are not gay, or these aliens are not gay whatsoever, and we're gonna go so far away from that.
Or they could have completely other side of the world, which is say they're gay, make that very obvious, and then have nothing that has to do with them being gay for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
That would be, you see, I'm so sorry. I just spit on your arm. I don't know what's going on. I have a lot of saliva.
Ew.
I apologize. So yeah, Jumba's taking matters in his own hands, and he's gonna go get Stitch back himself. So at night, Nani brings Lilo pizza and talks to her about some changes that are going to happen. Stitch overhears this whole conversation. It's a really sad, heart-to-heart conversation where Nani's basically just being like, so you remember when we were on vacation or whatever, and we were staying apart for a while, trying to explain to Lilo that she's no longer gonna be a guardian. And it's really sad. Stitch hearing this all and knowing that he's breaking up the sisters Ohana, he walks away. His ears are down. He looks so sad.
And
he just walks all the way to the animal shelter because realizing that he messed up.
Yeah. And
it's just a very sad moment. Nani also goes out to the hammock outside, and I was tearing up so much. So Lilo just brings her a little guitar, and they kind of sing this little song together as they're, well, at least what Nani believes to be their final moments with this guardianship situation as sisters.
Yeah.
It's
very sad.
So sad. It's just so sad.
But if I can add in one more of, like, my personal imagination about this Stitch.
Oh, God.
I just, like, picture just, like, walking back to, like, the dog pound and just, like, getting back in his cage, and the workers coming in and be like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, also the workers haven't cleaned up that cage.
Right, it's just like still there.
Yeah, broken cage just chilling in the middle of the floor, looking very ominous. The following morning, Mrs. Kakoa and Cobra arrive. What are you looking at?
It's raining, so.
Oh, shoot. We'll be fine, right? You'd rather have a little air with a little rain?
Yeah, no, it's fine.
The last Revenge of the Sith episode, there's like 5 times where I'm like, what are you doing? What are you looking at? You were just like all over the place. I don't know what you're doing.
You don't need to acknowledge that when I'm just looking around.
Well, I look up from reading the story and I expect you to be listening. I just see you looking the other way.
I'm listening. I'm looking at the rain.
It's great. The following morning, Mr. Kakoa and Cobra arrive for Lilo. but they discover that she's not in her room. She's gone back to the shelter to look for Stitch, but unfortunately, Jumba has found them there as well. He tries to turn Lilo against Stitch by telling her that he only picked her as a human shield, which is true.
Yeah.
Stitch grabs the portal gun from Jumba and traps him in a loop, leaving them room to escape.
Yeah, he's just like, and that seems terrible. He's just continuously falling. Oh, that is so awful. Like,
It's
I feel
pretty
like I
rough.
could have nightmares about that, of just falling and falling, and you cannot stop. Oh,
Yeah.
that's terrible.
Have you seen Avengers Endgame, I believe?
Have I seen it?
Yes, you have. You remember when that happens to Loki?
Oh.
Because they're visiting Doctor Strange, Thor and Loki.
Right.
And then Doctor Strange talking to Thor for like all of it. They're about to leave, and then Loki just falls on the floor. I have been falling for 30 minutes! Or something.
Right. Awful.
That's all I could think of while
Awful.
watching that. It's funny. But Jumba reverts to his larger alien form to stop falling and follows the duo back into the house and begin. Sorry about that. I don't know if that picked up.
Where's that even coming from?
I don't know. I'm like afraid to even joke about it because it could be right next to us. Basically, if that didn't pick up, we just overheard somebody, I think, yelling at their kid. Is
That's what it
sounded
sounds like.
I just heard right now. Which, yeah, hopefully everything's going okay over there, you know? So, Ohana in action right now. You see that? That's what it is. Yeah, Jumba follows the duo back to the house and begins causing destruction in attempts to get Stitch. It's some really good dialogue where he's just like, look at all this attachment. Look at all this human attachment. You know what that means? They care about all this stuff as he's just like blasting it all.
Yeah, and it's kind of sad.
It's sad. It is sad. Lilo's house is just getting donezoed.
Yeah, he like destroys like their parents' room.
Yep.
There is like a funny joke in there where he's like, what does he say? Like Bebe and Pepe, because it says Mama and Papa on the door.
I'm glad that was a funny joke to you.
I did. I found it funny.
I think was it you?
And she's like, it's Mama and Papa. Oh, that makes more sense. And then just fucking blows up the room.
There was something you laughed at initially where I was like, oh god, I'm gonna be in for a tough ride. Because there's some like very childish thing that you just started to laugh. Which is it's fine, but I'm just sitting there like, oh no. It's gonna be like watching you with Jar Jar Binks in the Phantom Menace.
Look,
Everything Jar Jar did, you're just cracking up.
I support Jar Jar Binks, except, well, now I'm watching the Clone Wars and it's getting a little rough to be on his side.
Oh, dude, there's Jar Jar episodes.
I know. I remember
Yes.
getting to my first one and being like, what the fuck is this?
He's like important too. He's important, which
Yeah.
makes it even worse knowing that he delivers that information, which pretty much brings down the Republic to Palpatine. You
But
know?
here's the thing: is Jar Jar was made for the kids. Okay,
He was.
That's his character, and who loves Star Wars now? That generation that watched him as a kid, and they support Jar Jar, and the prequels. That is. I'm sorry, I'm going so off. This is not important to Lilo and Stitch, but love Jar Jar.
No, hey, that's a good point.
Jar Jar defender for life. Unless he gets too bad in the Clone Wars, and then I might change my opinion.
He's pretty insufferable in the Clone Wars, but it's all right. He looks worse in the Clone Wars too. I feel like,
Yeah.
which makes it, it's fine. Back to our movie. Yes, eventually he manages to capture Stitch and bring him on board a ship, but Lilo follows them through the portal. Nani returns to see smoke coming from the house and joins Pleakley, David, Tutu, and Cobra in going to save Lilo. The whole squad, which is fantastic.
Squad.
Yep, everybody. On board the ship, Jumba tells Stitch he plans to remove his capacity for love and turn him into the more powerful and violent Experiment 627. Lilo sneaks around and manages to free Stitch, who breaks from his chains and fights Jumba again. Lilo opens the bay door, which sucks Jumba out into the ocean, and the ship crashes into the water. So Nani, finally making it to the beach, sees all this and has like the most badass moment in the movie, I think. She just sees like, I don't know, like 5 or 6 football fields probably out into the water. No, like 3 football fields in the water, you think?
I don't measure things in terms of football fields.
We're
I don't know
American.
what that
That's how we have
means.
to do it at scale, you know?
Couldn't tell you how long a football field was, to be honest.
100 yards.
Oh. Okay.
You never, like, heard that in school where it's like, the moon is, from Earth to the moon is 464,000 football fields.
Yeah, no, I've heard that. I don't get it.
You just, yeah, that doesn't clock.
It doesn't make sense to me.
Basically, like, very far out, Nani sees this alien spaceship where she assumes Lilo is, and no hesitation just dives into the water, swimming against the current to get out there.
Yeah.
It was badass, man.
She's really killing it in this scene.
She is. She absolutely is. So she's swimming to go save her sister, and Lilo and Stitch are sinking under the water. Stitch saves Lilo from being trapped under a piece of the ship, but she is unable to pull Stitch up because he's gotten so much heavier due to his increased density. So Stitch lets go of her hand so that she will not sink with him, which is very sad.
I know. I was tearing up. It was so sad. It made me. Ugh.
Well, because who knows? They could kill him off. Like,
I know. That's what I'm like. Is he gonna die?
I would have loved that, obviously.
You love characters dying in kids' movies.
I love an emotional punch, and an unexpected emotional punch like that would have served me very nicely. And it's like, I almost expected him, like, on his way down to be like, oh, that's how if he would have said this, I would have known he was going to die. If on his way down, he's just like, Ohana means family. But I'll get left behind. Like, yeah, I guess it doesn't work if you were to say that. So yeah, Stitch is sinking. David gets Lilo out, and him and Nani and Lilo are going back to shore, but Lilo will not stop screaming for Stitch, who's at the bottom. Nani decides to dive on down. Stitch is unconscious, and Nani picks him up. Can't get to the shore, so she just starts walking.
Insane.
Yeah, insanely impossible, bro. Nani would have had to hold her breath for so long. Keep in mind, what did I say?
She could do it.
3 football fields out there that spaceship was, I believe. So you're telling me that at the bottom of the ocean, she was able to grab Stitch and just walk, holding her breath for so much time. At least, basically, there's the shot.
What do you think the time would be? That's the real question.
What's hard is that they messed everything up with the time. They did movie time. Because right as Nani picks up Stitch and is starting to walk, Lilo is already on shore, looking back. So basically, that makes me think they were a lot closer to shore than the spaceship had actually crashed at, but then that was a mistake with how far out the spaceship was.
But that could make sense of, like, the majority of the ship was there, but then all of the debris is scattered around the ocean, so it could be closer.
That's possible.
Because of just where the main part of the spaceship is.
Possible.
Versus where they actually
I still
were.
think the deepness of the water, like how deep the water was for Nani to walk out holding Stitch was insane.
I thought it was so cool.
And also, shouldn't Stitch be getting heavier as it goes? Because all we heard is molecular density increases from water. So the more water he takes in, the more...
Well, but he probably reached his full...
Potential, yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
After being underwater for that long, you know?
That'll work.
Like, I don't think it got worse.
I guess that's true. Like, your atoms can only... Like, you can't create more atoms. So it's only making those atoms that you have more dense now. So once you have once all those are as dense as they can be. Yeah. Fair. All right, it checks out. So he's unconscious, and David tries to use I've tried this word before, actually, in a script. Defibrillators? No.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's a defibrillator.
Defibrillator. There's an R in there, unless this guy's spelling it wrong. Defibrillator.
I swear it's just defibrillator.
I have the word. D-E...
No, I understand.
Yeah, this is to try and revive him, but that doesn't work. So Lilo suggests using the car batteries to do the trick. So they're basically going to jump Stitch.
Insane.
And after a long while of thinking Stitch was dead, Lilo crying, Stitch regains consciousness. I thought they were going to do a Stitch moment. I honestly think it would have been better with this because going from really sad to like a nice little comedy moment can be a really good, especially after the sadness is like dripping out, just about the end of it. So basically you think Stitch is dead, Lilo's crying, and then you get the final shot of Stitch with his face, and then what if he just like opened one eye and just starts smiling, right? And like we could have Lilo crying for another shot, and then we could have Stitch closing his eyes again and then doing the thing. Like you could make it be like Stitch is, he's making bad. Like Like he always does.
Like Squints in fucking Sandlot.
Yes, exactly. That's what it would be. I think that would have been the Stitch thing to do there. I wish they would have wrote that in. Truly, that's so much better, dude. Stitch would have just like played up the moment a little bit, just like making one more joke.
Well, I don't think he would have at this point, because how much he cares for Lilo.
True.
And also, like, he's just, like, like, he's just fucking waking up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's been underwater for a long time.
I would have wrote it in, but what can you do?
Yeah.
The Grand Councilwoman then arrives on Earth, Lady Palpatine. She has Jumba pulled out of the water.
I don't think she's that bad.
No, she's
like,
not.
I think she's, like, good.
She has Jumba pulled out of the water. Well, actually, she was about to vaporize Earth. Like, with no hesitation.
Yeah, but, like, what is Earth in the scheme of the entire galaxy?
In the scheme of the Galactic Republic, yeah. Is that even what it's called? I don't even think that's what it's called. She has Jumba pulled out of the water and arrested before attempting to bring Stitch into custody. Which she does. She tries to, Stitch, you're coming with me. They get the handcuffs on him. And Stitch ends up speaking to her. And is basically like, can I say goodbye? And he says goodbye to his Ohana, while the Grand Councilwoman fears that Stitch's exposure to the public could create a catastrophe. Cobra Bubbles, who has hopped on the Ohana side, which I kind of forgot to mention. He was going to, like, turn Pleakley in and stuff, because Pleakley's here at this point, helping find Lilo, but he was going to turn Pleakley in, and then he, like, felt bad for Nani, so he's not. It's great. CIA agent would never, but sure. Cobra's a great guy, obviously. You can tell. Tattoos on his knuckles and all. Cobra agrees to keep it a secret, have the CIA watching over it, and the Grand Councilwoman then allows Stitch to serve out his exile on Earth, so he can stay and play with Lilo. Pleakley also gets to stay and keep an eye on Stitch, which he is ecstatic about.
Yes.
His vacation
He
gets to
loves
extend.
Earth.
He does. He really does. Everyone returns home, and they're met by Mrs. Kakoa. She tells Nani that she can allow Lilo to be fostered by Tutu and David. The grandma's purpose. The grandma's purpose.
Well, I mean, not really David, but he's there.
David,
like, I doubt he's like the legal guardian of her.
I don't think so.
But still.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's great, which is right next door to Nani's house whenever she gets that rebuilt. Don't know how she's going to do that without money. But maybe the CIA will pay for it. I think they do at the end.
Yeah, they could. But she does... sorry, are you getting to that?
Yeah, while Nani's very upset about her decision in the end here, she ends up leaving Lilo behind to go to college and be a marine biologist. And Lilo encourages her to live her life herself.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. So then we get the credits roll. And during the credits, everyone works together to rebuild the Palaques house. I don't know how to pronounce that. That's Lilo and Nani's last name.
Yeah.
Later, Lilo is talking to Nani via webcam, but Nani surprises Lilo by using Jumba's portal gun to visit her. This was so genius.
Yeah.
So that they're far, but they're not that far, and they have this last sister moment just sleeping together. But the sisters and Stitch lay together in bed, ready to go to sleep. And that is our movie.
Yes.
Wow.
It was really good, honestly. Like, I was surprised by how much I liked it.
It was impressive. I won't try to reveal too much about my rating, but I was happily surprised by this one.
Yeah, I do think, like, the characters were just... They were so well done. Just the development in between relationships and all of that, like... Lilo, like you said in the original movie, like, you kind of didn't root for her sometimes, because she was just, like, being kind of crazy, but in this, they gave her, I don't know, I haven't seen it in a while, but I feel like they gave her, like, a little bit more of, like, depth.
100%. They gave her more depth and more, like, I feel like, smarts, too? I don't know. Just because, like, she came up with the car jumping idea, and like, there's a few more moments of just like her showing her intelligence. And you know, they always try and like we are cheering for Lilo in the original, but there are moments where you're like, well, I don't really care as much as I should of like Lilo's potential friends not being her friends, you know,
Right.
because Lilo, the things that we've seen, she's not great. But yeah, and the girl who plays Lilo also just did an amazing job.
She did. She did such a good job. I don't know. I just think Nani just overall is just like such a good character. She's such a good character in the original movie, and even though you don't really agree with like necessarily like everything she's doing and what's happening, like she's just such a likable character, and you are very much like on her side and feel bad for her. Like as much as you
100%.
love like Lilo and Stitch, it's you feel bad for her because all the shit they're fucking up. You know what I
Yep.
mean? So I think it's really. I don't know. I think it's really good. I think it's like fun that we got some more just like it's mostly just more comedy between Pleakley and Jumba?
Yep.
Jumba. I keep forgetting his name. And I thought that was just it was really really well done just on a character basis. Like obviously these are characters from another movie that
Yep.
we've seen before, but just giving each of them like a little bit more except for like David, like he really did.
Yeah, David was just David again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, that's okay. I'm fine
Yeah,
with that.
you don't need every character to have like a ton of depth. David did his role well, and
Right.
then is there to be there when he needs to be.
Yes, absolutely. Do you have your best and worst character?
My best and worst character? Sure. For best character, unless you want to go first,
No, go ahead.
I'll take Nani.
Damn.
I thought she was. We always had the best character, like the same best character. She was just fantastic. I think that she did. She's just super likable all the way through, and she makes Lilo and her situation just mean so much to us the entire movie, and you really are cheering for her. She's just like, honestly, I could have seen a little bit more of her struggles because she just like has accepted this mother role to a T, you know. But instead of that, to get to see her go chase her dreams and actually go to college at the end, I thought was really really cool.
Absolutely.
And just another layer to her character that they didn't have in the original. That's fun.
Yeah, for my best character, I'll go with Pleakley.
Pleakley.
He gave me probably some of the best laughs, not just his lines, but like the things he's just doing in the background. Like I
Yep.
mentioned, that elevator scene was just very funny, and just he's just so funny to watch, and I love that actor. Although I do not know his name.
What do you think about his CGI?
I think it was good. I think it was fun. Like I think it. Like CGI is never going to be like amazing in this time. Like for a movie like that, if you know what I mean. Like when there are real people in that with CGI, like it's never gonna be perfect. But overall, I think it was done really well.
Yeah, it looked good. His character specifically, I thought the lighting was off on him a lot. Or it was just like there were just times where he would have like, unless he was in full sunlight, it just didn't look right. I remember specifically with him on the spaceship having a weird bit of light like right in the front of his face, and I'm like, where's that
Okay.
light coming from? And so I think spending a bit more time in the CGI for Pleakley could have been nice, but they had him a human half of it.
Yeah.
So I understand not doing it, and his CGI character also gave me the gross out factor a little bit. You know, I preferred an animated Pleakley. He just
Sure.
looked. Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense. But he is an alien, so it makes sense. Worst character?
Would you like me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna take Stitch.
What?
There's a lot of like bit parts you could pick. You know, the grandma with the weird dog thing. There's other places you could go. But I didn't like Cobra too much. There's a lot of the supporting cast I don't think were great characters. But Stitch, for me, he's such a focus in this movie, and his entire role is to just cause havoc. He has like really good moments, right? But it's just it's also knowing the history of Stitch and just like what it, you know, he's a full blown product placement in himself. You know, his entire character.
Yes.
And that was obvious in this movie too. I think that I would have liked to see just like more talking lines with him a little bit. It would have been cool. Or just I don't know. I like what they did with they didn't like copy all the hijinks he was up to in the original, but he's just not a character hype that I'm ever going to enjoy that
Aw.
much, you know? And I really just like looking at him. He's cute. That's it.
Yeah, I disagree with that, but I understand that for sure. I'm gonna go with worst. I'm just gonna go with Cobra.
Yeah.
Because I feel like he just had, like, and I don't know, I haven't seen the movie in a long time, but, like, a lot more in the original movie. Like, he was very much not doing much, no development, like, and that's fine, like, I get he's a side character, and, like, there was clearly a purpose for him to be there for a plot point, but, like, still, it's just, like, wasn't really giving me anything.
Yeah, we have no reason for a switch up either.
Right.
You know, like for him to all of a sudden start caring about Ohana and trying to find Lilo instead of taking Pleakley in is just like not consistent for what we'd think like a hard-bodied CIA agent would be. And they gave us nothing with his family or like appreciating family before that to think he would make that move.
And you can correct me if I'm wrong, because I haven't seen the movie in a while, but I feel like he had more of a sort of relationship with Lilo in the original movie.
100%.
Like, it makes more sense for him in that, you know, to, like, care about her more.
Well, he was the
when
social
he was very
worker.
little. Right,
Yeah,
right.
so that gives him a whole lot more already, and then the switch up would make sense at that point. So, yeah.
Yeah. But, like, I get it makes no sense that a CIA agent would be their social worker. Like, I understand why that happened. It's just, he wasn't giving me enough.
Agreed.
That's really how I feel about that. Okay, best scene?
Best scene, worst scene? Do you have anything?
I'm gonna go with best scene, when Nani is carrying Stitch out.
Wow.
I loved it. I thought it was so good. I was like, yes. And I get it's a little, like, unrealistic, but I loved it.
You made
it's
a
like
sound.
the whole time. I made a sound?
You made a sound during it. At first I thought it was laughter, but then I thought it was just like, what, like, shock or something? When it was right when she was stepping in the sand. Did you, like made some sort of sound?
Yes.
Sorry,
no,
I
thought it was just, I don't know. I feel like Nani through the entire thing just, like, didn't have, like, the best relationship with, like, rightfully so.
Yeah.
But then, like, Lilo is, like, talking about, it's like, Ohana to her, and she's like, okay. Yeah, no, he is fit. Like, I feel like, not that she wasn't, like, accepting him into the family before, but, like, that scene really, like, solidified it,
100%.
you know? That she really does care about Stitch. And maybe it's because of Lilo's happiness from it, but either way, I thought it was so great.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'll also pick a Nani moment. I'm gonna go with Nani singing the song "Land on the Hammock" with Lilo.
Yeah.
It's just like knowing, like, Lilo doesn't know she's about to be taken by Child Protective Services and everything. So it's just a really sad moment, and Nani doesn't. She's just trying to keep together and singing the song, and it's just like this sisterly love that just radiates off the screen, and I loved it. I was tearing up.
Yeah, it was a great scene.
Totally.
I'd say for worst scene, honestly, there's not a lot of scenes in this movie that I didn't really like. So I'm just gonna say the start of the movie when they were in space.
In space.
In space.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good one. I thought you were
also the start of the movie. I can't just say because they're underwater. Like, that's a little too much, I think.
Yeah.
But the start of the movie, it's like obviously we need to get all that background and all of that stuff, but it's just, like, boring.
Agreed.
Like, we need to set up the story. Let's move along. Just everything on the spaceship. I don't know. It's not very memorable for me, so which is why I'm gonna put it at worst scene. Although it wasn't a terrible scene.
That makes sense. Yeah, I'm struggling to come up with my worst scene, honestly. There was a lot, like, no scene stood out as just, like, so much worse than the others.
Right.
You know, that there was nothing like that. I think I'm going to pick the social worker. I think I'm biased because I just watched the movie, but having Bubbles and the whole him catching, you know, Nani being locked out of the house and Lilo with her line delivery and, like, the jokes about the discipline and stuff in the original was just so much better than this scene.
Yeah.
So it's probably biased because I'm comparing the two, but I don't know. It was just kind of a fairly boring moment.
Right.
And the social work had been there before, maybe, you know, new character I wasn't invested in. So that could be it too. That's fun.
Yeah.
Is it time?
It's time.
It is time for, the sound effect didn't work the last two times, Gio's Hidden Gems. Okay, the sound effect still isn't working, but I'll edit it in
Great.
if I remember. These are just little aspects from the movie behind the scenes that I find interesting. So, initially here we are going to talk about Tia Carrere. I apologize if I butchered that name, but that was the original voice of Nani. She was cast in this film as a character.
Oh.
Guess who she was?
Who?
Any guesses?
No.
New characters?
Oh, the social worker?
She was the social worker.
Oh.
Yep, so that was the real Nani. I was thinking, I remember putting this in before, for whatever reason, that got crossed my brain. I thought she was the grandma. And I was already like weirded out, because like, is she that old? It must have been like a way older voice for the 19-year-old Nani. But it wasn't. If she was the grandma, it would have been so cool, because she ends up taking Lilo at the end,
Right.
That would have been so great.
That would have been good, but she's too young.
She's too young. And she did great as the social work, but that was interesting to watch. There was one person who reprised their role in this movie. Guess who that was?
Stitch
Reprised their role. Chris Sanders, the director, writer, and story creator of Lilo and Stitch, reprises his role as Stitch. Now, do you know the story of how he came? He was the director of the original. Right? So he was not in the running for voices initially, but he was doing kind of that mock-up of like, all right, so like the voice we want for Stitch is this kind of voice, and he did the Stitch voice, and everybody was just like, oh, we got it. That has to be the voice. That's perfect. Nobody's gonna. So they just kept that.
Oh, that's so cool.
So cool. Ving Rhames, who played Cobra Bubbles in the original film, was reportedly offered a cameo in this film, but he decided to decline due to scheduling conflicts with Mission Impossible, which ended up being released on the same day as this film.
Oh.
We skipped Mission Impossible for this one. The Final Reckoning will not be reckoned on our podcast.
Yeah, because I have seen no Mission Impossible movies.
Dude, I could just feel so much of our audience just going, oh, right there when they said
Your
that.
4 viewers.
Yep. Four
listeners, that is.
4 of which is our family members.
Yup.
I did want to mention this, though, because Ving Rhames, the guy in the original Cobra Bubbles, did you realize he was Marcellus Wallace? I guess you didn't watch it as recently as me. But he's Marcellus Wallace. It's who plays that character.
Oh.
Which is just, it fits so perfectly when you think about that. Like,
yeah, I never realized
yeah, from
that.
Pulp Fiction. He's very much the same type of character, It's just, he's such a good voice for that. Such a good voice.
So crazy.
Casting direction on getting Lilo, the casting director on getting Lilo said that this girl, whose name I don't have, which is so sad. Could you look that up real fast?
Yeah, absolutely.
The girl who played Lilo, she may have been the only one we auditioned where it was obvious that she was dragging her parents to see these auditions, not the other way around. So the casting director made a big thing about
It's a Maya
Kaloha?
Kaloha? Something like that.
Yeah, Maya Kaloha, whatever it is, she was fantastic. But basically, the casting director didn't want to get one of those, true child actor kids who are running around to every single parents are just dragging them. So she picked one where it seemed like she was dragging her parents, which is so cool.
I love that.
She was unknown. This was introducing. I don't know if you saw this.
I did, yeah, and she was so great.
Yeah. It was, she was fantastic.
Yeah.
She was the perfect Lilo.
Absolutely.
The night before filming was supposed to begin a trailer containing 200,000 worth of costumes for the first 3 weeks of filming was destroyed by fire. The Honolulu Police Department, because this was shot in Hawaii, was investigating it. It is currently investigating it as first-degree arson. Currently, as of when this episode is recorded, so I would look that up if you're wondering. But Hawaii has an unfortunate history of arson targeting the local film industry.
Oh my god.
There's definitely some history there. I did not go down that rabbit hole, so if anybody else wants to, you want to. But for whatever reason, there's a history with arson targeting the film industry in Hawaii, and apparently that's why a lot of people don't shoot there. Yeah. Really interesting.
Wow, that's very crazy. I would have never known that.
Yeah, but Lilo and Stitch obviously was set in Hawaii. The live-action film was, like I said, also shot on location in Hawaii, which is really cool. The production company established for this film was named, like, the fake production company. Like, if you're going to film somewhere, you'll have, like, the running title of a movie, which is not actually the movie you're filming, especially if it's high high budget, I guess is a word that works, but just like has a lot of eyes on it.
Yes.
So the production company established just for this film was named Blue Koala Pictures.
That's funny.
Pretty good one. According to the director Dean Fletcher, Pleakley dressed as a woman to blend in with humans in the original almost made it in.
No!
Almost made it in. In a TikTok video responding to fan comments on the trailer, Fletcher addressed the burning question, where is Pleakley's dress? With his answer simple and revealing, I tried. That's what he said.
God. And I wanted to see him in drag so bad. It would have been so good. It would have been so good.
I'll let you speak on this, because I was going to speak on, I don't understand everybody's obsession with wanting to see Pleakley in drag. Since you're on that level, what is the obsession?
So iconic. It's just like when I picture Pleakley, I picture him dressed as a woman.
Shit, I guess so do I.
And they could have gone like so much more like full out with it. Like it could have, it makes me so sad.
They could have done it right at the beginning, you know, the first, before they get, like, clone the humans or whatever, they just have them dress up, but they didn't, unfortunately.
Damn, it's so upsetting.
Yep, it's very sad. There was, if you really care enough, there's concept art out there of Pleakley in a vibrant floral dress.
Oh, I will be looking that up.
Go find that. Zach Galifianakis admitted that he didn't give much thought to joining the cast of the Disney live-action remake. He humorously reflected on his reaction to the director's initial invitation by asking, what are the hours? At the time, he was unaware of the 2002 animated children's movie. What? Galifianakis is just in his own universe. He accepted the role of Jumba, Stitch's evil genius creator, without knowing anything about the character. Initially, he noted to the director that he wanted to play Pleakley. So that he got casted as Pleakley, actually. However, 2 days later, the director approached him, asking if he would portray Jumba instead. Galifianakis responded without hesitation, saying, Dean, I don't care.
Like, I don't know either character, so
Dude,
give me whatever.
That whole story just not the most Zach Galifianakis story you've ever heard? It's amazing.
That's so good.
Here's one that I found very interesting. I think you'll be excited for. In talks to direct in 2020 was director John M. Chu, who dropped out the following year in favor of
Wicked.
Yes. Yeah, so it would have been him if he didn't get approached with Wicked.
That would have been crazy.
Would have been interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder how it would have deferred.
Yeah, I don't know.
Very last, we have a little bit of drama here. Initially, the Hollywood Reporter reported that newcomer Kahai Machado. I don't know how to pronounce. I apologize, my pronunciation is terrible. Was cast as David. Just hours after this was announced by the Hollywood Reporter, it was discovered that he used a racial slur in the title of a years-old public Spotify playlist. Although the playlist was wiped shortly thereafter, his profile containing the playlist was already previously archived by the Wayback Machine, so they went and looked in, and thus the damage was already done, and Disney quietly dropped Machado and transformed David with a new guy.
Oh my god,
yep.
That's crazy.
Yes, it was, I don't know if, I won't say the actual playlist name. Would you like no information on it at all? Like what it was implying, or just move on?
Yeah, what was it implying?
It was a playlist of a bunch of like rap music apparently, and the name of it was the N-word and then noise afterwards.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, I think I'm happy with Disney kind of just, well, yeah, no more for you.
Yeah, because like, here's the thing. A playlist name, that means you're real comfortable with that word.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
100%. 100%.
Like, that's not just you're writing that down and I've never said it in my life and I'm not like, come on.
And it's also just the insinuation behind that, like...
Yes, absolutely.
I hate
that's
that.
terrible.
Yeah.
That's so terrible. Well, I think, obviously, the big theme of this movie is family.
Ohana, yes.
That is probably the easiest theme we're ever gonna come across in a movie. That's just...
Look at you, you got the theme. That's amazing. That's the first
got the theme. I can do it when it's kids' movies.
I think like the other kind of underlying theme was that people who do bad things don't make bad people.
Yes.
Too, you know.
Absolutely.
It's just a lot of unfortunate situations can lead to bad things.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah.
good lessons in there.
Yeah, absolutely. I need to stop saying absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
What's our absolutely counter for this episode?
It's probably so high.
Close to 10.
All right, who would you cast me in this role?
I think I would cast you
Please,
as Nani.
please, thank you.
I would cast you as Nani. This is like one of the first roles that I can actually picture you playing, like, fully. Like, being like that, like, hard, like, unwilling to go to the emotional side, but you can tell there's a lot of emotion under, and just, like, caring for your sister. You know, like, I think if I was your little brother, that you would be exactly like Nani, so. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's very kind.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna give you a stitch. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna give you gave me your favorite or best character. I'm gonna give you my best character. I think you'd play a good Pleakley.
Hey, thank you.
I think you could do that for sure.
I appreciate that. I think I could destroy a Pleakley.
Yes.
Like, I would like, in a good way. I would kill that role. Yeah.
I think you do a great job. All right, negative quality and positive quality.
Okay. You got yours?
No.
For me, I'll go with negative quality first.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the side characters.
Yeah.
I think that although there were a few bit parts that were really good, there was just so much left on the chopping block for these side characters. I think you could have gone a lot more places with David, could have gone a lot more places with the grandma. At least needed to involve Bubbles more so, or give more story to him, because he was actually needed. You know, there's just a large cast, which the majority of them didn't have characters past the first level, just no depth.
Right.
One-dimensional characters. That would be mine.
This is hard because I did really like this movie, like way more. Like I told G when we were going into the theaters that my excitement level was like a 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
And it was so good. So I think negative quality, I go with, I'm just gonna say some of the CGI.
Yeah, that's fair.
And not that I noticed like any of that, but because of what you said about Pleakley's CGI, I'll just go with that.
Yeah.
Wasn't the best. And I think, like I said before, it's hard to mix CGI with real people. Like, it's never going to look quite right. But that's what I'll go with, purely based on I really liked this movie.
That's good.
Positive quality?
Positive quality. For me, I think I'm just going to go with the story on this one. I thought they did a really good job. I made a short, which has just made a splash in the Lilo and Stitch community, it feels like, because everybody's really mad at me.
I saw just, like, on your Instagram, like, one person arguing with you, like, back and forth, and back and forth, and back and forth.
Yeah. Everybody, or maybe just, like, 3 people, but it's whatever. It's made a splash. I'm basically complaining because the whole time we're supposed to be cheering for Lilo and Nani to come together, but the logistics of them coming together involves Lilo being in a household that Nani is proving consistently the whole movie isn't very good for a kid, you know?
Right.
So it's always in the back of my mind. Yeah, isn't a stable environment. So in the back of my mind, I'm always just like, you know, I want sisters to be together, but safety for kids and things too, like, it feels a little unrealistic. The way that they did the story, and especially ended it with, instead of Lilo and Nani getting back together, just giving giving custody of Lilo to the neighbors who are already established characters, live right next door, is just so genius. And also what they were able to do with Nani with all that was make Nani go live her dreams, which was just a whole nother way to Nani that I never expected, and such a great, maybe just the ending in general, but I think you have to include the whole story to build up that, you know, Nani specifically to reach that perfect ending.
Yes.
But it was a smart way to end it. They put thought into rewriting this, unlike Snow White, which we just watched, you know. They got off book in Snow White, and they were just like, first idea, let's just run with it. You know, so this is much better.
And I think that does, the fact that they changed that for that to happen, you know, proves that you're not the only one that thought that.
100%, and I'm about to go tell all the motherfuckers in my comments that as well. But it 100% does, and it's hard because especially in that role of being a writer for a kids movie, knowing that you have to relate it to adults in the time that we're living in now, where there's going to be magnifying glasses on this live action for a lot of different reasons. You have to find a way to make it make sense, and they put a lot of effort into that.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. I would say my positive quality, I'm just gonna go with the acting. Like, the acting was just, it was so well done. Like, the emotions brought specifically with those, like, emotional scenes with Nani and Lilo were just, when I say that, Nani and Lilo were just, like, so good and so well done, and, like, just amazing acting through all of it, I would say.
100%.
You got the critic reviews?
I do. Critic reviews. We'll start with the bad ones. Let's first start with Kevin Maher from the Times UK. It's so cool because I start recognizing all these guys now, so I'm like picking names that I know.
Yes.
It's fantastic. Kevin Maher did not like it. This mind-numbing abomination, filmed in 2023 and adapted from the 2002 cartoon, is hopefully a swan song for a fantastically lazy, cravenly commercial, and artistically bankrupt process. He gives it a 1 out of 5. I think this is more of hating on Disney live action than the movie itself.
Which is valid.
Yes. We also have Kristen Lopez from The Film Maiden. She says, the problem is the give-and-take nature of a script that slavishly recreates the original film's greatest hits while breathlessly trying to leapfrog over those same moments to add in original storytelling that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I think that's true. I will say, I don't think that they gave as much attention as they could to the moments that they wanted to replicate. You know, I think that's why I noticed it so much during the scene that I said that was bad with the social worker and everything.
Yeah.
But the big moments that you expect and love, there were few of them that they did that actually like lived up to the original, which is hard to do. But
Yeah.
it just, I felt like they could have been more intentional. So I kind of get what Kristen's saying there.
But I do think there are new moments that, like, both of our favorite scenes weren't in the original movie.
Wow, yeah, see, that's true. And she disagrees. She says that the storytelling doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I think there's only a couple problems with the story, so I disagree. Now we have the good ones. Kate Walsh from Tribune News Service, we know her, zips by at a pleasantly breakneck pace, never overstaying, lingering just long enough in the emotional moments to draw a tear or two. I completely agree. I think that that was, maybe I would have thought of that during aspects. The pacing of this movie was fantastic. You never felt bored for a second. I knew that the climax wasn't going to feel that climaxy because it never does in Lilo and Stitch in general. You know, it doesn't feel that big, but they had enough kind of just emotionally packed moments before that to make that not the most important part of the movie. Yes. And they still brought the emotion with Stitch almost dying at the end. So I think Kate's onto something here.
Yeah.
The emotional moments did bring a tear to as well to both of our eyes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we also have Ollie Richards from Time Out. It's a sweet, funny, simple story with a cute central duo and modest scale, thanks to a smaller than typical budget. It turns out to be an excellent candidate for a do-over able to establish a personality of its own without the original looming over it. I think that's 100% true. It had its own thing about it that wasn't just Lilo and Stitch. You know, there's something, maybe it's like that Hawaiian culture or whatever it is, getting to see it live rather than animated.
Yeah.
The music, there could be something, but there was just, I didn't spend the whole movie comparing the original and this one. And I think there's a reason for that. I did a little bit because it's fresh in my mind, but this treads its own path.
Yeah, I'd agree with that for sure.
And that is it for our critics.
All right, then you're ready for our ratings?
Yes.
Do you have yours ready?
Yes, I think I have mine ready.
Do you think Lilo should have died? Is that where we're going with this?
I think I was pleasantly surprised by this movie. I have to keep in mind my expectations were set really, really low by Snow White before it.
Yeah.
I think for an adaptation where you're not going to just go frame by frame and try and copy it into live action, they did a really, really good job. They fixed the stories in the places where I needed them to fix story. They brought the emotion on a whole nother level. And the relationship between Nani and Lilo was just, it didn't lose any of its muster from the original. And it just made me so sad and happy and just cycling through all kinds of different emotions. Like, I think that although the CGI was maybe not the best in points, or just we're just done with CGI. I've seen it so much at this point, you know, that's the reason. It still paired well enough with the live action to create just just a really enjoyable film, like one that I would actually go back and watch, you know, just on my own, not just like I want to go watch Lilo and Stitch and then the live action Lilo and Stitch, but no, I could just do this one.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, and, whoops. But for all of that, and just the fact that I was still able to cheer for Stitch, who I don't really like that much, I'm gonna set this one at a 3.9. That's where I'm gonna go, just below 4. I don't think it cracks 4 just because it's a remake. It definitely doesn't go below 3.5 though, because the amount of warmth and just overall emotion that I felt coming off the screen.
Yeah.
Can't get any lower.
Yeah.
3.9.
Wow. Yeah, I would say, like I said before, my expectations were very low for this movie, much like you, because of Snow White. I did enjoy Snow White, but, like, I was really just there for Rachel Zegler. Like, that was it, pretty much. So when I stepped into the theater, I wasn't very excited. I was just like, the last movie I saw in theaters was Revenge of the Sith. And obviously can't get better than that.
Yep, no you cannot.
So I was feeling pretty down, but like watching the movie and just how well it was done, how all of the relationships were done with whether Stitch and Lilo or Lilo and Nani, and just all of that was just, it was so amazing to watch. Like we've said, like I got emotional at a few points. I haven't seen the movie in a while, so I wasn't really, like, I didn't have it on the top of my mind, like, comparing it. Like, obviously, I know the story. I don't even really remember the ending of the original, to be completely honest. But I really enjoyed it. Like, I was smiling at some point, I was laughing, I was tearing up at some point. So, but it is a live-action remake. So it's never going to be just, like, an amazing, perfect movie. So for that point, I'm going to go right by where Gio went, and I'm going to go with a 3.8.
Nice. Oh, wow, you're a little bit lower than me. Hey. I mean, it's a 0.1.
I'm 0.1 points lower than you.
Yeah, I think this might be one that, like, when we're going back over all these scores, we're going to be a little taken aback with, like, what? We put Lilo and Stitch this high, especially because I can't imagine critics will like it more and more as it, as it keeps getting reviewed. But I just...
But that's the good thing about this podcast, is we're giving our ratings after talking it through right out of the movies.
Exactly. There's no...
So it could be subject to change 100%. At any point.
This is full-blown recency bias. Every episode.
Yeah, but I would definitely watch it again. I would recommend people go see it in theaters, for sure. I think you're on the same train with that.
100%. Kind of already revealed that. Yeah.
Yeah. Forgot that was a category. But yeah, I would say watch it for sure. Our next movie on the list.
Why'd you look at me when you said on the list?
On the list. A new movie, obviously.
Yes.
Directed by Wes Anderson.
There we go.
Starring Benicio del Toro. Did I say that right?
Yes, you did.
Okay,
Keep pitching. Here we go. You're getting me hyped.
That is all I know about the movie. I just glanced at the IMDb page. It is The Phoenician Scheme.
Wes Anderson. Let's go, man.
Actually, that is not our next movie on the docket. I apologize. We will be seeing The Phoenician Scheme, but we're going to release that a little bit later. I think next we're going to a very exciting one. I almost said House of the Dragon. How to Train Your Dragon, the live action in theaters. So that's what we're going for next. Sorry about that.
So that is our next movie on the docket. Anything else to say?
I'm just going to say Ohana, you know? Actually, you know, I'll take them. I think... I love doing this podcast with you, and you are my Ohana, and I will never leave you behind. And I just, I enjoy getting to do this with you all the time, and knowing that our Ohana listens to it too, you know? I don't know, the family theme, I feel like I gotta speak to that. I love doing this with you, man.
Yeah, I love doing this with you too,
We just dapped up, though, although the mics can't see.
We did. So, with that, I'm Mara.
And I'm Gio.
So join us next week after opening weekend, because waiting to talk about movies is clearly not our thing.